Hi, welcome back to Analogue, a hate story. I still am not sure what's going on, other than women are completely disrespected. And I'm just reading all these log notes that she sends me as she finds more. Okay, cool. I'm afraid nearly everything the man wrote was of very little value. It all reads like that, boring, stiff, and obnoxiously patriarchal. Are you sure you really want more from him? Yes. I've added other relevant entries from him. I'll caution you from taking him seriously, though. You know, I'm starting to wonder if I go back and use... It had said that the Pale Bride's name was password, so I'm wondering if I just put in Pale Bride, if that will be the password. Alright. The Pale Bride grew up to be a fine, demure young wife, but she was not always this way. Near the end of the year 319, she had a temper unruly enough to be mistaken for a boy's. Do not look upon her wild days with disapproval. She was from another, less civilized time. Rather look upon her eventual submission as a testament to her good character and filiality, that she was able to overcome such a wild nature for the sake of the Kim family and the sake of her husband. One evening she stormed into the common room while I was discussing business matters with the Dedi. We need to talk, she demanded loudly. When I indicated I was busy, that only caused her to become even louder. Right now. Embarrassed, I was forced to excuse him to address the child. Is this a joke? Are you serious? You've made wedding plans? She shrieked at me. Please calm yourself, I told her, and sat her down. After admonishing her for her rude interruption, I tried to do what I could to calm her myself. It seemed that she had a rather bizarre set of expectations, that she wouldn't marry until she was many years after growing into a young woman. That she would elope with any love-struck man who came her way with no regard for her own chastity, that she would have no assistance or protection in finding a suitable husband. Simply put, her ideas were as bizarre as they were dangerous, and for this she had gotten angry at the news, rather than excitement one would expect from a girl who just found out she would be getting a husband. Not even the sensational news that it would be to the Emperor, of all people, would calm her. And let's remind that this girl is 13 years old and was in a damn egg. I'm not giving you any more from him. It's not relevant. It's just all ignorant patriarchal stupidity. Let's see, what else can we get? The Pale Bride did keep an extensive diary. I'll try to find you some more entries. Cool. Today I was forced to stay in the home all day. I didn't get to leave yesterday, or the day before that, or the day before that, or the day before that, or any other day either. I want to write about how much the ship has changed since I was put into stasis, but I can't even see it. I keep asking why I'm being kept prisoner, and nobody will tell me. That woman who keeps bossing me around, she's awful. I'm dying here. I keep telling her I'm sick. That's why I was in stasis to begin with, but she won't listen. She just treats me like I'm a stupid kid. I tried to argue with her. Look how pale I am. Can't you see that I'm sick? I swear I'm not making up what she said in response. Why must you be so rude? It's not polite for a girl to boast about her beauty. Beauty? I tried not to cry in front of her. I had to do that a lot. I'm not beautiful. I have a compromised immune system. I shouted at her and ran away. I don't remember what words she said back. Something about using big words, I think. How stupid is she? She hates me. I don't know why, but she hates me. That's why I'm not allowed to go visit the ship plaza, though. Jung-soo, the man who keeps telling me to call him father, said the same thing. He promised me that I would have a chance to leave soon, though. But I don't think he was being nice. I'll write about him more later. Right now I have to go to bed, or the woman will get mad at me again. Oh, okay, I guess I have to read them all before she'll send me more. Dear Diary, I got in trouble today, but for the first time it was my own fault. A little bit, at least. I still think sister-in-law was being crazy about it, but I should have known better. Now that I write that, it looks ridiculous. God, what is living with these people doing to me? The computer console in my room doesn't have anything in it. I don't just mean it doesn't have all the cartoons I brought from Earth or any of my books or anything. I mean there's literally nothing there for me to entertain myself with at all. Nothing. So I thought to myself that maybe sister-in-laws might be different and checked. It wasn't. So instead I decided to check in Father's study. Not snooping or anything, just looking on his computer for books. I had a thought that it might be bad, but my real father never would have gotten too upset. What could the harm be? I was in there for maybe 10 minutes looking for anything that was even written in Korean. There was nothing, by the way. Every single book. Symbols that looked like Chinese characters. Every single one. I think maybe something terrible happened in the past that made all the computer data get deleted, and everyone forgot how to read Korean. And also they got really stupid about things. I don't think I'll ever find out why, and it just sucks. Anyway, I was only in there for 10 minutes, searching through the console when Young Seok walked in. I thought he was going to get angry, but actually, he just acted like he was really scared. He didn't scold me when he dragged me out, he just looked really worried. I only got in trouble when he brought me back to his wife. He told her, "Do you have any idea where she was? She was in the men's quarter looking through Father's computer. Do you have any idea how he would react if he saw that? You're supposed to be watching her." She apologized repeatedly to him. I just didn't know what to say. I don't think sister-in-law did either. After he left, she gave me this really long and really awful lecture. Why would you go into the men's quarters? Why would you go looking for books? Why must you be so unfilial? Do you really not understand that you're a girl? I told her I didn't understand. I mean, of course I'm a girl, but I had no idea what she was talking about. When I told her that, she just lectured at me more. I hate her so much. So, I'm thinking now that this is some kind of post-apocalyptic thing where the Earth was destroyed and they had to leave onto this ship. And then who knows what happened. Dear Diary, this nightmare has gone on so long, I think I'm starting to forget what life used to be like. I have a new theory. Father was wrong about the cryostasis keeping me alive until I could be cured. I think it didn't work at all. I think I just died and went straight to hell. I decided I'm going to write down all the things I used to be able to do just so I can remember. I used to be able to read books. I used to be able to have friends. I used to be able to go to school. I used to be able to leave the home. I used to go visit the plaza or anywhere else on the ship. I think I even used to be able to be in any of the part of the house I wanted, and to talk to visitors as much as I'd like. I have memories of always spending time with my father and mother and brother in the living room. I know my real father thought being respectful was important too, but I don't know. I'm so confused now. I thought he always taught me to be strong and to speak up for myself. Did he really say that? I'm being sarcastic, of course, but the scary thing is, sometimes I really do forget. Sometimes I think if I was just obedient to what my sister-in-law tells me to do, it would make things easier. Maybe I should just give in and be passive. Just sometimes. I'm scared though. What if I end up really believing that? Today I found out why the household servant, I still can't believe we had one, why, has been so insistent on teaching me how to cook. Well, she doesn't call it that. She calls it serving meals. A year ago I wouldn't have thought that sounded sinister, but now I know better. I don't care about this, I told her after the 7th day in a row of her lessons. Can't we do something else? Like go back to sewing? I always loved cosplay, let's do that. I know it's not fun, but your sister wants you to learn this too, and it's very important. Your father is concerned too, so take it seriously, please, young miss. Don't call me that, I said. I don't remember exactly what I said to prompt her next response, along the lines of, why is it important or something. I don't remember what I said, just her response, which blew me away. So you'll make a good wife, of course. Again, I don't remember what I said in response. Maybe I told her that I didn't want to. Maybe I told her that I was too young to care about that. Maybe I said I'd just go marry someone who is good at it himself when it was time to care about that. Whatever I said, she didn't take it seriously. Don't be silly, she said, as if I was obviously joking. Your father is really worried about your marriage next year. Now's not the time to joke around on the matter. My what? I asked her. Oh my, she said. He never told you? I'm sorry, forgive me. Pretend I said nothing. I didn't mean to ruin your surprise. I'm sure he'd want to explain the happy news himself. Are you serious? I asked. The idea didn't make any sense, but since when did anything in this hell make sense? She said yes. You're going to be so happy when you hear who it is. He'd better explain, I shouted as I stormed off. He'd better. Will it let me send any of these now? No. That's so weird. So there's probably one big question that's on your mind, isn't there? That isn't being addressed at all, right? What happened between the pale bride being frozen and waking up that made society go all wrong? Yes. I figured. I mean, it's the obvious question. Sorry, I wish I could tell you, but I'm afraid that mystery is forever lost to time. I guess that's pretty anticlimactic, sorry. I really want to know, too. Whatever terrible thing happened, it must have been really, really big. But I'm afraid all the log data from before the year 1 was wiped, and all the clocks were reset. I guess that's why it was called Year 1. Anyway, so nobody remembered what happened in between, or even how long it was between. It was hundreds of years, I assume, but I don't really know. So yeah, really sorry to let you down there. That part's going to be a mystery forever. There's nobody who could possibly know. You'll just have to take it as a given. Sorry. Well, I wonder if, Mute would know when I finally talk to her. Him? Her? I don't know. On the 13th day, young Siak finally passed the civil service examination. Otherwise, the final month of the 318th year was without event. Okay, let's see if I can send any of these. Oh, that one right there. Also, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing any of these names right, because I actually don't know anything about Korean pronunciation. Do you mind taking a break for a couple minutes just to chat? Sure. I really appreciate that you're here. I know you've got ulterior motives. What they are, I'm not really sure, but most people do, and that's alright all the same. I'm glad you're reading these logs, though. Even if you don't really care, it's better than nobody from outside the ship ever seeing them, which is what I thought for sure would happen. Or am I just being cynical? If so, my apologies. Please, tell me, what do you think about what you've read about the Pale Bride? It is fucked up. I'm glad to hear you say that. Nobody else seemed to think so. There's something, well, here, I've added another message for you. Why don't you read it for yourself? I read this one? Let's see. Dear Diary, this week I tried to convince the old man to put me back into stasis by going on a hunger strike. It didn't work. Obviously. On the plus side, I at least figured out where that stupid name they all keep calling me came from. Sorry, that last bit was written yesterday. I couldn't bring myself to keep going. I just kept crying. I still would be, but, well, it just gets exhausting after a while. I'm too tired to cry. Things aren't going to get better. They can't get better. I'm not going to get put back into stasis. I'll be dead by the time I'm 18. Why oh why did I ever agree to be frozen in the first place? If the future can't make me better, I'd rather die with my family there. At least, rather than these awful Kims. I wonder if they'll realize I was right after I die. Anyway, hunger strike. It was really hard, and I kinda cheated by sneaking into the kitchen while nobody was looking, but at least it convinced Father to listen. Fine, he said by the fourth dinner time. I'll show you why I can't. Up until he said that, I'd been hopeful. Everything would be fine if he just put me back, I thought, but... Sorry, I guess I've been trying to write this for 2 days now. It's really hard. Anyway, he took me to go see the egg I hatched from, his stupid name for the stasis pod. When he said hatched, the worst possible thing came to mind. Worse, it turned out to be true. In order to get me out, he had smashed apart the glass with a hammer. The pod was still full of shards. All my hopes died when I saw that broken glass. The time was right to bring you into this world, he said. I don't remember what I said. Something obscene, probably. It wasn't enough. I know it's hard, Pale Bride, but it is for a greater purpose. What was the point of arguing? It was broken, and nobody in this awful future would know how to fix the pod now. Instead, I argued with what I could. Why do you keep calling me that? I said to him. He responded by pointing at an inscription my real father had left on the pod, a message for me to read when I woke up. The first line was written in Chinese character. His idea of being fancy, I supposed, but he explained them in Korean underneath. See, the old man told me, the rest is foreign and archaic, but it names you at the top, the Pale Bride. It didn't say that. It didn't say that at all. I shrieked at him in response. You idiot, you moron, you illiterate. Probably some other things too. I can't remember exactly. I was furious. Are you stupid? That's not how those characters read. It says, to my sick daughter. Sick daughter. Sick daughter, you illiterate monster. It says sick daughter. Me. He started to argue, but then stopped. I think he was patronizing me, as if I can't read simple Korean script. He just asked, in the smuggest voice, then what should I call you, child? I screamed. I'd already told him 1,000 times before. Okay. So the AI is named after her? Yeah, there's a shocking revelation for you. I can guess what you're going to ask, and yes, it's me. Well, you asked for all those logs, right? That's the information you were looking for, wasn't it? I'm not really an AI. I mean, I am now, but I used to be a girl, and I just thought, well, I thought it would be easier to just pretend to be the log-keeping program rather than explain the whole situation. I don't really wish to drag out the point. You've already heard enough about me. I'm sure you don't want more. I mean, I understand. I figured out what you were actually looking for at the very start. It's obvious, really. Well, I've re-enabled admin access. Just, please, be honest with me. What is it that you really wanted to know about? I'm not used to this. Thank you so much for listening to me. After so many years, after what happened, it's really nice to be heard. If I could hug you right now, I would. What the hell is happening? I want to get all of the logs before I go back to the other terminal and try and pull up mute and whatever else. Wow. Okay, so I finished sending everything from the first two, at least for now. So let's try this one from mute. There's a block of data that I can't access for some reason. I think it's been flagged so that only humans can. All I get is a sharp pain every time I try. I want to know what's in there. Can I get you to drop to the console and take a look? Once you're in super user mode, just type decrypt block 3. Okay. That's so weird. I really want to know how she uploaded herself to make herself the AI now. Oh! Maybe I just do that. Because SU would be the super user. Okay. Decrypt block 3. Just make sure I got that right. Oh! Data corruption has been detected. Try recovering now. Yes? "32 damaged sectors detected." Let's try the decrypt one more time. Decrypt block 3. Okay, we'll come back and talk to Mute. It was this one. We're able to decrypt that. Yes, I want to save. Yes. No wonder that was encrypted and blocked off from AI access. I wouldn't have wanted that nosy security AI to read some of these. Oh my, this is dramatic. I'm not sure if you're interested, but I've given you a couple of entries from there to see for yourself. If you don't care, that's perfectly fine. I'm sure I can find something else that you're interested in. Okay. These past few months have left me so very anxious with anticipation. Nearly a year has passed since the wedding ceremony, and before this week, Sang-min has only visited my family once, promising he would bring me home with him for sure the next time. I know I'm supposed to be enjoying living with my parents while it lasts, but all I can think about is my husband. How is a new bride expected to have such patience? For nearly a year, a day hasn't gone by where I haven't thought of how beautiful he thought me in my wedding dress, or how it felt spending that night held so gently in his strong hands. Looking forward to the day where I could live in his house, I can't help but feel as anxious in my heart as I am excited in my hips. I'm not going to make that joke. I know it doesn't sound graceful to think of such things, but how can I help myself? In any event, he arrived yesterday to take me with him to his ancestral shrine, and then finally his home. Such luxury I've never seen in my life. A servant to prepare meals, entirely separate women's quarters, and a dining room with a window that shows the stars. My family was hardly all that poor, but a window to the stars? How amazing a sight. I knew that I was lucky to have been married into a noble family, but I never realized just how lucky. I wonder if I'll have time to write as much as I used to. Oh, but I must stop for tonight now. I can hear my husband coming. I've been looking forward to this night for so long now. How I hope I can make him happy. Just hearing his footsteps outside the door makes my heart pound. Ain't no way in hell you could pay me enough money to not sleep in the same bed as my husband. To the wife of Xiang Qiu, you can probably put this more diplomatically than I can, because I'm pretty sure younger brother is still thoroughly pissed off at me. You know how he is, of course. I don't really have the time to deal with that, especially when I'm already doing him a huge favor. The bad news is I made an appeal to the captain and emperor himself personally, but he said there was no position that a man of Xiang Qiu's skill set could possibly fulfill. I did most certainly plead, but let's face it, what official role could that man possibly fill? He's an idiot. Don't pass on that last part. He already knows. I did, however, speak to the park son and was able to convince him to forget the whole incident. It wasn't cheap, I might add. I'll continue to send your family a regular stipend, but please, keep your husband under control. I can't afford to keep cleaning up after his damned fights. I just had a thought. It's a little bit silly to keep up with this whole pretense with the schoolgirl librarian book, don't you think? Sure. I've always been into cosplay. I've actually designed a bunch of other outfits too. Now that I'm saying this, I guess it's a little bit awkward, but would you like to see? Yes. Oh my god. You are making this really awkward. It's just that I have a couple that I think are really cute and you might want to see them. Please don't read into it or anything. It's not like I'm trying to please you because I like you or anything. I just think it might be fun, that's all. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it's change outfit if you're really interested. Sorry, it's a really weird thing to ask now that I'm thinking about it. What am I saying? I just thought maybe you might be interested in that. Oh boy. You know what? Sure. Let's try it out, guys. Let's see. Change outfit. Let's go for detective. Change outfit. Detective. Oh, well, I'm just dumb. Alright, let's see. I knew the dame was trouble the moment they connected to my ship. Couldn't say a word, left all the questions to me. Or something like that. So you're interested in cosplay after all. See there, expert detective work on my part. But really, now we both match, don't we? I mean, obviously you're some sort of investigator, so I think this goes especially well. What do you think? Sure, you make a cute sidekick. This one is based off a movie I saw as a child. I guess the name doesn't matter since it's countless hundreds of years old and all. Anyway, it's my favorite. I don't really normally like mysteries, but the love story in it was just so wonderful. Well, that had a really cute guy for a hero. Anyway, he dressed like this and it looked really great. Sidekick, huh? I like that a lot. So what about the whole look? You really don't mind when a girl dresses or acts more like a guy then? Nope. Because I like to dress like a guy, because that shit's fun. I think it's a really good look, so I'm glad. I don't mind either. The part that's really sort of funny, I actually have no idea how an outfit like this is supposed to feel. Not like emotionally, I mean literally. I have no idea what a suit feels like. I've never worn them in my life. Oh well, the chance for that has long disappeared. Anyway, I should stop babbling. I'm just getting really excited, that's all. I suppose I should let you get back to it. Lead on, investigator, and your trusty sidekick will help as best she can. Alright. I'm sure this has gone on quite a long time, so I'm going to end this one here, and I will see you guys in the next video, and we're going to figure out what the hell happened and how this girl has made herself an AI in this system, and what happened to the world, I guess. I don't know. This is a mystery to me. So I'll see you guys later. Bye!